Hi guys, welcome to Rosy's Financial Adventures. I'm Rosie, and I am a special education teacher, an accountant, and a mom. And like you, I've lived through the ups and downs of trying to manage money on a teacher salary. That's why I started Rosy's Financial Adventures, to help educators and everyday families take control of their finances with practical, real-life strategies. At work, I get so many questions. So many about budgeting, financial planning, retirement planning, and so many others. I figured I'd start this channel and share my knowledge and expertise with anyone who might need it. This channel will be focused mostly on teachers, but most of the advice will work for anyone who's looking to have a better handle on their personal finances. So today, I want to start with talking about something that most teachers don't even realize is hurting them financially, and that is your summer holdback. A summer holdback is when your district withholds part of your paycheck during the school year and gives it to you over the summer. They do this a lot of times so you don't miss any paychecks. Most teachers are 10-month employees, and so we only get checks 10 months out of the year. This way, we get checks all 12 months. And on the surface, this sounds really helpful. But I want to go through why I recommend opting out of this practice. So, this is just a very simplified monthly take-home pay. So your gross pay is $3,500 in this example, a pay period, and then your deductions are $500. Those would be like your health insurance, your life insurance, your retirement savings, and then taxes and your standard deductions would be $300. And in this example, we're holding back $300 a month for your summer holdback. So your net pay for your 10 months would be $2,700, and then that $300 you held back over the summer would be for over the summer. So let's take a look at why I don't think this is a great idea. So your paychecks now are reduced from $3,000 to $2,700, but for the most part, we're okay with that, right? Because we're trying to spread our pay over the full year. But here's the problem you're going to face. You don't have any control over that money. You're not getting any interest on that money. So were you to take that $300 and put it in a high yield savings account, you're going to get 3.5% or more on that $300 if you save it for yourself. So instead of letting someone else control your money, you're paying yourself first, plus you're earning the interest. You can have that amount automatically deposited into an account, and you don't have to worry about it. If you have an unpleasant surprise, you have money to take care of it. So it would make summer more difficult, but if you have an emergency, that money is there for you. So instead of you getting that savings, your district is earning the interest on your money. They're not paying that to you. So that's automatically 3.5% that they're holding back. So I want to also tell you a little bit of a story about how this can actually go really wrong, letting your district hold on to your money. So this year, our district took us from 11-month employees to 10 months, which is interesting because we still work the same number of days. The math has never been mathing for me on that. But this summer, we got our first check and found they unexpectedly and wrongly charged us for our health care, life insurance, all that stuff again on our summer checks, but we shouldn't have to pay that, right? Because we paid it all through the year. They also double taxed us, and none of that money we get back. they're like, whoops, so our checks are hundreds of dollars short. And I know a lot of people now struggling to pay their monthly bills because the district made a whoopsie and we didn't have any control over that money. So when you let someone else manage your money, you're losing out on the interest you could be earning, but also you're kind of stuck when they make mistakes and they don't really care. The district basically just said, sorry, you'll get it back at tax time. And we will look and see if we can give you back the extra premiums for your health insurance and stuff. So it's been a nightmare summer. And while the stuff is rare, it does happen. So you just need to be aware that these things do happen. And if you had been in control of your money, you didn't have to deal with any of that. But I hear a lot of people saying, well, what if I'm bad at saving? There are some pitfalls that you got to be careful for. Um, so I know you might be thinking, if I opt out of my summer holdback, doesn't that mean I have to be super disciplined with my own savings? And yes, I mean, that is a fair concern, but there are a lot of things that you can do to take away that temptation to spend that money. So one of the things that you can do is you can set up automatic transfers. Most banks will do this for you, and you can set it up into an account you don't even see. So if you're not looking at it, you're not spending it. I know some people dip into that money during the school year and then they struggle during the summer. But like I said, if you put it in another account, you're less likely to have that problem. So the same with if you're putting it in your regular checking account, you might not even earn the interest, which is part of the problem that we're having if the district holds it, right? If you're not earning that interest, you're leaving money on the table. So yeah, definitely setting up those automatic transfers. One of the really neat things that I would like to share is that there are some banks that will do this for you. They'll set up the automatic transfer into a high yield savings account just for teachers. And so one of the banks that I would highly recommend if you're in California is Schools First Federal Credit Union. I know for a fact that they're all over California and they're phenomenal. They do this for me automatically. They put it in a high yield savings account. I make, I think, 4% annually on this money. And then I don't even worry about it. I don't have any of the other issues. And I'm making money on my money. So the good news is you're not in this alone. Look for a bank that's going to work for you. If your bank doesn't do this stuff, I would look for a bank that offers automatic savings transfers, will pay you solid interest, look for a high yield savings account, but they'll also give you access to your funds. So you're not looking to put this money in like a CD. You really want it to be liquid in case you do have an emergency. And then you don't want them to penalize you for any withdrawals, and you really don't want to be charged a monthly fee. So if they're trying to do any of those things, it's not the bank for you. Like I said, I highly, highly recommend Schools First Federal Credit Union. I'll link them in the video. I'm not sponsored by them at all. I've just been a member for 20 years, and honestly, they've done really right by me. In everything, with my mortgage, with my savings, with anything I've ever needed, they've been there. And I'm going to be honest, they serve hot cookies in their branches. If you go in, it's a nice surprise. So don't feel stuck with having to deal with your district and their way of planning. If you take a hold of your summer holdback, you can be in control and you can protect your summer income and reap the rewards of having it grow. So I hope that that was really helpful. If you liked it, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I will make more content, and hopefully it can help you guys out.